welcome to Tarun IAS. Today we will be discussing the daily current affairs of 10th of December 2022. So let's start with the today's news. So what we have in today's news is the International Labour Organization. Some of the topics from the economy today I have taken from the Hindu today. Medicinal plants which have been recently included in the IUCN Red List, the Conjugal Rights and the Ranganath Mishra Commission. So the first topic will be the International Labour Organization. Recently, on the ongoing Asia and the Pacific regional meeting of the ILO, it has been asserted that big industries do not follow labour standards in India. Now, what is ILO, the International Labour Organization? Basically, it's a United Nations agency for work, and its mandate is to advance the socio-economic justice through labour standards. And its motto is to build peace and decent work for all, which is also one of the Sustainable Development Goal. It is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, and its parent organization is Economic Social Council of the United Nations, that is ECOSOC. And it is also a member of the United Nations Development Groups, which aims to help meet the Sustainable Development Goals. It was created in the year 1919, end of the World War I, as part of the Treaty of Versailles, in order to reflect the belief that the universal and the lasting peace can only be accomplished if there is a social justice. And in 1946, ILO became the specialized agency of the United Nations, the newly formed United Nations. Its members are 187 member states, including the Cook Island, and out of the 193 United Nations member states. And it is important to note that it is the only tripartite United Nations agency that brings together the government employees and workers representative of 187 member states. The next news of the day is about the economy. Now, India and China, they have, according to the Minister of Commerce in India and China trade deficit is at $51.5 billion, which has basically decreased from the trade deficit that was noted in the year 2021 to 22, which was at 73.31. It later on declined to 44.03 in the financial year in the fiscal year of 2020 to 21, probably due to the result of the COVID-19 pandemic. But recently it has touched at $51.5 billion. The data was provided by the Commerce Minister in a written reply to the Rajya Sabha. Now, if we speak of this data, let us talk about the trade deficit, which is basically the difference between the import and the export. We import more from China, which stands at this fiscal $60.227 billion, and we export less, which stands at the aggregated at $8.77 billion. If we speak about the merchandise exports from India to China, it has increased from 11.93 billion in the year 2014-15 to 21.26 billion in the year 2021-22. So the first plant which has found its entry in the IUCN Red List as the critically endangered is Mesotropis pellita, which is commonly known as patwa. It is a perennial shrub which is restricted to the distribution and it is endemic to the state of Uttarakhand, and it is found in the Himalayan region. It is basically threatened by deforestation, habitat destruction, and fragmentation of the forest and forest fire. The essential oil from this plant act as a strong oxidant, and it can be used as a supplement. Substitute of the synthetic antioxidant. The second plant which has found its entry in the IUCN Red List as vulnerable is the Fritillaris serosa, and it was reasonable to conclude because of its decline of at least 30% of its population over the assessment period. It is used for the treatment of bronchial disorders, and it is a strong cough syrup. The third plant which has been included in the IUCN Red List as endangered is Dactylorhiza hatagerae, which is threatened by habitat loss, grazing, deforestation, and climate change. It is extensively used in Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, and it is used as an alternative system of medicine to cure dysentery, gastritis, chronic fever, cough, and stomach ache. The fourth news of the day is about the conjugal rights. Now, recently, the state of Punjab has furthered the cause of the right to life and personal liberty for the inmates by allowing the conjugal visits of the inmates. Now, what is more important here, there are two terms which needs to be understood. The first word is the affinal and the second word is the conjugal. Now, conjugal rights are created by marriage, and the affinal rights are created by the blood relations. So conjugal means the visit of inmate's spouse. Alright. So conjugal rights are rights which are created by marriage and the right of the husband or wife to company of their spouse. In the context of prison, having conjugal visits refers to the concept of allowing a prisoner to spend some time in privacy with his or her spouse within the precinct of a jail. Now, it is often argued that conjugal visits they can have positive impact in the sociological health benefits for the prisoner. It will preserve the marital rights and it will reduce the rate of homosexuality and sexual aggression within the prisons. Aside from the above argument, it is also argued that conjugal visits they are going to be the fundamental right of the spouse to visit the spouse or visit the prisoner. The prisoner's rights they are internationally recognized under the United Nations Standard Minimum Rules for the Treatment of Prisoner and the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights, the International Convention of Civil and Political Rights. These are the three important international conventions that recognizes the conjugal rights of the prisoners and also the fundamental rights of the prisoner to meet his or her spouse in privacy. Through such instruments, the prisoners they are guaranteed the right to life and the inherent dignity. They can maintain their family relations, and the conjugal visits are included in the three treaties that we just talked about. Most of the prison acts and the rules across the country they do accept the importance of maintaining and the continuity in family and social relations. Thus, the conjugal rights of the inmates or the prisoners they have to be recognized under the Indian statute. The last news of the day is about the Ranganath Mishra Commission. Now, recently the Supreme Court, the central government had informed that it had taken the decision not to accept the Justice Ranganath Mishra Commission report. Now, what was the report and what was the Justice Ranganath Mishra Commission was established? Now, the Mishra Commission is the name of the it is the common name of the National Commission for Religious and Linguistic Minorities. It was constructed in the year 2004 by the Government of India, and it was constituted to look into the various issues that are related with the linguistic and religious minorities in the country. It was chaired by the Chief Justice of India, that is Ranganath Mishra. The commission submitted its report in the year 2007 and it recommended the scheduled caste status to be completely delinked from the religion and be made religion neutral like scheduled tribes. So this was the report. This was the recommendation of the report. And central government in the Supreme Court said that it is not accepting the recommendation of the report. It had permitted the Dalits who had converted to the religions such as Islam and Christianity to avail the scheduled caste status. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching Tarun IAS. And if you want to download the PDF of this session, you can go to the Telegram channel and the link will be given in the description below. Have a nice day.